Hello everybody, welcome to my Crafter's Cove. I'm Colleen and I thought it would be fun if we could do a little Christmas folio today. So I gathered some things together and I thought we would just kind of play around and see if we could find some colors that we liked and a folio that would be fun and easy to put together. Or it's going to be more of a card, and it's going to be a trifold, and we are going to have a place for a gift card or a note if you like. A pocket on the front and another side pocket here. We'll probably put another pocket there. There's a cute little belly band on the back. So we'll probably do something similar to this one. This is my prototype. I put it together the other day and I've been meaning to do one for a while. So we are going to use papers from my pink Monarch prints, Jolly Christmas. Let's see, what is it? Jolly Christmas. It's a Jolly Christmas paper set. And it's more of a vintage look, and I really liked the muted tones of the paper. Now I wanted to show you this. You can see the different greens. Isn't this interesting? I printed using one app on my computer, and this I printed using a Microsoft app, and the color was completely different. This is the color that we are looking for, from what I could tell on the Etsy site, which I will link the papers in the site. So it was really interesting to me. I thought, wow, that's quite a significant difference. So we'll probably use this more for pockets and belly bands and that kind of a thing, and leave this on the back side, because I do think that this is the paper color we are going to go with for this folio. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to set this aside until we need it, and we are going to take these are 8.5 by 5, or 8.5 by 11, and we're going to split this right in half. Okay, I'm going to cut it right down the middle. So 8.5 and 8.5 is 4 1/4. 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 is 8.5, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to cut that right down the middle, and you're going to have two pieces. We're only going to need one, we'll need both pieces, but we're only going to need one strip at a time. Okay, so there is our first go. Now we have 11.5 across, which means that to have equal spaces, you're going to have to fold it at about 3.66, okay? So a little over 3.5. So that's what we are going to do. At least the first one, we're going to go there. Okay, so there's this, right where my ruler is 3.5. If I'm going to go a little over that, it's going to be right about here. And I think that's where I'm going to start. Hopefully we'll get this and it'll be just the way we want it. I'm going to fold that. You could always use your scoreboard if you wanted to score it. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And then this guy will just fold in to about the crease. Well, we're going to keep it about 1/16 of an inch away from the crease, and we all know why, because that makes it easier for it to fold, and it won't conflict with other things we do. Okay, so there it is. So if you go, oh, we want to move this a little bit. All right, so that's our beginning. I want to see if it's a little off, which might be a little bit here. If it's a little tiny bit off, I can see here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to trim it. We're going to trim it and just even it out. It's not very much, but it's enough to where it shows, and I kind of want it to be nice. I didn't do it quite even there, did I? I see it. I see what I did. I see what I did. This happens to me quite often, actually, that I do this. And we're just going to go a little bit more. There it goes. That's much better for me. That makes me happier. Opening it up. Now that's one way I could have done it, but I also could have just gone along this straight line. Come along the straight line here and just evened it out that way. But anyway, so there's that. I went ahead and I rounded corners, so I am going to go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to move these right up over here for when I need them. So I'm going to draw my little corner round, and we're going to ink. We'll ink and corner round. There's that. And we'll decide too, maybe we want the green for the outside. I don't know. I haven't quite decided all of that yet. So my next step for what I want to have happen here, just notice I want this. Isn't it nice that you can just kind of make it keep going until you get what you want to get out of it? I like that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want this little flip right here. Choo, choo, okay? So I am going to, if we measure this, if we measure our center, it's going to be, I'm going to pull it down so I can see it more clearly. It's it's 3.66, almost 3 3/4, okay? So I need to add about 1/2 inch to that because I want to, and I wonder if I want to do, let's see, do I want to do this? That'd be kind of pretty on the inside. I think I like that. Or I could just go with this guy and we could turn it this way. But no, I think we'll do this. We'll have this funkier green, but you know, all we'll do is we'll just cover that if it bothers us a lot. So let's cut this guy in half because that's where our starting point is. So 4 1/4. 4 1/4, like another strip, like that. And then we're going to do, let's see, I said over 3 1/2, so about 3.66, and I want another 1/2 inch. So you know what, I am going to go just a little bit above 4, so like 4 1/16, okay? And let us see. And then we're going to score it at 1/2. So I'm going to take this, and for me, my 1/2 inch is about here. I'll score that. I am going to corner round my edges here. Hopefully we'll have done this right. And let's see. I'm almost there. I probably needed to do, okay, so I need to come in a little bit farther with my flap, and I'll probably end up cutting off some of this because I don't really, let's see, here's that and that. So there we go. We're gonna come over like that. That'll give us enough room. We're gonna flap it open. That's gonna be our inside, which is the 2 greens, which I am not thrilled about. I will tell you that. But with that being said, I can fix it, and we can fix it, and we will. Okay, so, but I don't like to waste paper, and just because the color didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it, you know, that is not, for me, a good enough reason to just throw it out or not use it on this project, because I know I can cover it, and that's what we'll do. All right, so you can decide which way you want your flap to open. I want it to open to the left or from right to left. Did I say that right? Yes. But you can do it the other way if you want to. And then we're just going to go ahead and get that glued in place. Let's see. I want to make sure that my line, or my seams and edges are even. So, that's cute color. And then I'll go ahead and do this, and we'll make sure, we'll open it up, make sure nothing is seeping out on the inside, because we don't want that. Okay, so the next step for this is we're going to put our pocket in here, okay? And so again, it's basically you're going to cut another piece and make a pretty pocket out of it. Now, I might have something that'll work here. That's not quite, but almost the right size, almost the right size. Let me see, take that out. Let me see. So I could actually use this. This is a little envelope, but it does match the colors that we have going on. And I actually could go ahead and just put this, let's see, put this in here like so. And I'd have to cut this top and round that off again. And I think I will do that, and we'll see if we like that. If we don't like it, we just won't put it in. But this is one of those videos, guys, where we're just going to kind of play together and see what we like as we go along. If we don't like this, like I say, we can totally change. One of the things about Pink Monarch prints is that they have a lot of muted tones, a lot of neutrals, and the reason that is it just goes with so many different things. And you can just kind of keep, adding to the kits that you have. And I think this is going to be fine. So if I use this as a pocket, I would, we'll go ahead and glue the top, this side and this side. This will be our pocket right here, and then we'll have a pocket right here. And I kind of like that idea. We can close that off if we want to. Well, I don't want that because I really don't want that showing. So we're gonna go ahead and glue that on the sides, and we'll just go that way. It definitely adds more of a problem when you have a color that you're trying to get rid of, if you will. But you know what? That's part of the fun for me is seeing how things are going to work. You're going to hear my granddaughters in the background. They're just out, they're taking a little break and they're having a good time. They're talking about how we want to decorate for Christmas and different things like that. So that's kind of a fun thing. Let's see. And they're having fun. And I like that when I hear them enjoying themselves. That's a good thing. All right, I think this is what I want. I think this is what I want. We are going to go ahead and just pull colors in as we go that are going to match. I promise you, we're going to match these colors. And I think what I'm going to do, I wonder if we can go ahead with this color. See how that color would tie beautifully with this. And that would be one way to kind of move out of that color green. Or we could come in with this, which I think is too busy. That just isn't going to happen. So we either need to go with this color so that we match both sides, which I think I don't hate that at all. But the point is, we need another bit of this at that little over 3 mark, a little over 3.5. So we're going to do 3. We're going to do 3 and let's see. We're going to do 3.5 because if I need to trim it, I'd rather be able to trim it than to try to figure out, oh no, it's not. I don't have enough. Oh, so let's do that. So there's that. And I think we're just going to put that in like so and trim it around the edge, and I think we'll all be happier people. I am going to, though, believe it or not, I'm going to go ahead and score right at that 16th mark because it's going to be on the fold because I want to tuck it right in close. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and score it at the 16th, about a 16th of an inch. You'll have to kind of play with your good gravy with it. Just lost myself for a second. Lost my score line. I put the thing down and I'm like, where did that go? All right, so it will be just like this. And we'll come in right like that. Right, tuck it right in. Fold it down like so, and then we're going to trim around that edge. And I think that is going to do it for us. That is going to make us all happy. And we'll have taken care of that funky green color. Yes, I do know it probably would have been easier just to reprint. I get that, I know. But you know, it's cardstock and I didn't want to waste it. And I definitely needed a color that was going to work with our project today. All right. I put out a video last night, guys. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of traction yet, but it's a real cute video on gift cards. I know I've been doing a lot of gift cards, but it seems like the type of thing that people have a need for. So anyway, so let's get that tucked. Oops, I wonder if I didn't do that quite. Let's see. All right. I'm going to really work on this little edge here because I definitely want it to be in place. Oh, look at that. I'm going to put, this is our art glitter glue, and I'm going to put that down because our art glitter glue has a tendency to grab a little more effectively. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to really, really smush it in there. And we're going to have fun with this, I think. All right, so there's that. That looks pretty darn good. Set my glitter glue off, and then we got some trimming to do over here. See? We're going to go ahead and just turn around the edge. And I know, you know what I noticed on my other, first of all, I'm sorry you keep seeing the top of my head. And secondly, I know that when I'm cutting and doing certain things, I pull the project close to me, and too close because I pull it off a screen, and I do apologize for that. I think I'm still on screen when I'm doing it, but I'm not. So there's my apology. I will try to do better. I'll try to hopefully recognize that when I'm doing that and bring it back over. I don't know that I can do a whole lot about my head, though. Pretty sure that's just going to be a part of life because my head is always in the way. Okay, all right. So there's that. Now we have our little flip, and we're going to go like this and then like this, or you can go like that. Doesn't matter. And so, uh-oh. Maybe my great idea isn't going to work if I don't let it dry enough. My great idea isn't going to work if I don't let it dry enough. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm just going to leave that down. And we can go ahead and take some of these really cute little pieces and maybe add a tag and some ephemera in here. Oh, where did I put my, okay. You know, getting older is really tough sometimes. And I was just telling my sister about this. It is hard to get older because, first of all, you know what you used to be like. You know what you used to be able to do, the things that used to come so easy to you, the organization and the different things that just was so easy. And then of course everything changes. You get older. And all of a sudden, it's like, what in the world is happening? Because you don't think things the same way, and it's just, isn't that a pretty one, by the way? That was a freebie from Pink Monarch prints a while ago. I cannot remember how long ago that was. And not just that, but several of them were freebies. And I'm wondering, I like that in there, but I also think oh boy, I'm not going to put that there. Look how busy that is next to everything else. That's insane. That's insane. That is not going to happen. I'm going to just keep I'm going to just keep pushing that down and hopefully it'll stay. So anyway, we are going to add another little pocket down here if we can find one that makes us happy. I mean, it has to be not quite so busy. I mean, I do have something like this, and that would kind of work, but I'm not feeling it, and I'm not feeling that either. So, but we do have one that matches our, there, and we can do something like that. That matches our stuff, and I will probably have to trim off the white edges on the sides, so but I can leave it on the top and the bottom, and I don't think that that'll look too bad. And it'll be cute to have an extra pocket to add a couple of other little items there. And that's how that'll look. I think that'll be fun. But anyway, when you get older, it's like your mind just doesn't work quite as smoothly as it used to, and you just, like I say, you know what you used to be able to do, and you feel like, what is happening to me? And then you realize it's just life. You're just getting older, and it's okay. It's okay. It's more than okay. And I'm thankful to the Lord that He gets me through each and every day, and I don't have to worry about stuff like that. All right. So there's another little part of our pocket. Let's see. You know, sometimes when I'm doing stuff like this, I think to myself, if this doesn't start coming together the way I'm thinking it should, it's gonna be over. We're coming to an. We're gonna like shut her down. No, I'm just kidding. This will be fine. We're gonna be fine. I really need to. So now, what has happened so far is I've got my greens and then my rust color, if you will, and it is not, I need to pull in some more of the rust onto my greens. Gosh, this is just not wanting to hold down. I'm so sad about that. I am so sad about that. I really need it to. I really need it to. Okay. So I also have, had a couple of these little pockets, and I thought these would go pretty. And I have I wanted to do the red bulb. We could do, oh, here's a cute one. Here's a cute one with the bird, but again, that's just too busy. It's too busy now. We just don't need that much going on. I mean, I could do something like that, but I still think it's got too much happening. I don't know, guys. I may have just picked the wrong color set, but let's see. We're going to keep going because that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going, and this sort of adds or brings some, oh, I know what I wanted to do. I have this. This will bring together some of our colors. So I had these two tags, and I decided I wanted to put them together because it was very thin paper, and so I did. I put them together, and I made a pocket out of them. So, you know, you don't have these, I understand that, but this would be something that gives you maybe an idea of something that you might want to do. If you have some pockets, you can go ahead and just take them and work them into your program a little bit. Now, this is coming up over the top of our folio, so I'll have to trim the bottom a little bit because I kind of like that shape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So trim it right above the dark, this is. So I'm putting together my first tall, skinny journal. And if it turns out, or if I feel like it's a fun thing to do and it's something you'd enjoy, I might pull that out and show you how that's done. we've been so busy now, right? Because we're all trying to get ready for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday. And, all right. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I think since there's a pocket right here, I'm just going to glue this whole thing down. So there's that. And I'm kind of using up some, as you can maybe guess, some scraps and different things that have been around. And I think that's okay. I think it's fun to do that, and so you're not wasting. And then we're gonna make a little collage on this. We're gonna make a little collage on this. I'm sorry for the loudness of the girls. But they are having fun. At least they're not screaming at each other, right? At least they're just enjoying each other's company. All right. It may be that this is too busy for... I'm going to pull this out for a minute, and I'm going to think about whether I want that in there. Sometimes it's something as simple as that is creating your kind of frustration from what you have going on. Nope, that's weird. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab this. Oop. Let me see. Maybe I will. Kind of getting a little bit. Let's see. I want this up just a smidge higher too, like maybe like that. No, let's see. Right there. And this is going to go like that. These are just little, like I say, just little collages to bring different elements into your card. And then I got this little these little words. I think this was from, oh gosh, I want to say it's from Pink Monarch Prints, but it's a kit from a while ago. So I want to put Light of the World in there. And there's that. So that looks fine. But I think what we need to do is something a little less, little less whatever. Let me see. I have Mary, but that's got reds in it, and these were part of Cheer. Cheer is cute. Cheer is cute. I like that. Maybe I like that. Let me see. I'm thinking, guys. Obviously. Obviously, I'm a thinking. All right. Let me see this. I could put another little, that's too busy next to that. Right? A little bit too busy. Oh, well, here's something that looks like it's kind of coordinating with what I've already got going. So you could put another pocket here if you like. I'm almost thinking that, yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking actually. I like this tag. Let's see that tag would probably go fine. Put that little tag in there. That's not too far off the beaten path. I do have these, which are kind of part of this, but boy, that's not going to go there. And you could put it there, but I honestly think if I do anything, I'm going to put like a little, maybe a belly band over on this side. You can see me still playing with this. I'm trying to figure out why it's not like really holding. I did put quite a bit of glue, so maybe it's just taking a minute for it to dry. Yeah, it's possible. Because every time I open it fully, that's when it starts to want to pull up. So that probably wasn't the best idea just for your folio. Probably if you're going to do something like this to cover this page, you would slide it all the way under, then put this over the very top. That's probably what should have happened, and I missed that moment. So we'll just have to work with what we have. And we could put, well, I like the idea of having, you see how we have this kind of, it's kind of calming. It's got this, the reds, and then now we've got another neutral tones over here. I kind of like that idea, and I like the idea of maybe, let's see what this is kind of nice, where it would tie then all of this together. It's just another small piece of the puzzle, but I like the idea of trying to pull it together, and so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're trying to pull things together that give us a cohesive look. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take and I don't mind that, but see, what's bothering me about my little chunk cards is that this is almost, well, it is cursive and this is not, and it sort of just is throwing me off. Okay, well, let's see. We can add maybe some, what do we got here? I don't want another piece like that though. That does not look like my piece. All right, so I'm not going to put that there either, because if I was going to do something, it would have the same shape, and I want to see, that's that one we were looking at. You know, this tag is a tag that would somewhat fit. That is not going to go. I do like, we're going to do that, but we're going to do it in this color. Is this too big though? Yeah, no, that's a cute pocket. So this is I took a piece, I took a plate and I slid it on over the top of where I wanted my arch, and I just kind of traced it out because I like the look of the arch pocket. I just thought I think it's kind of neat looking. So, and this is supposed to be kind of a vintage look, so that's where we're going with it, and I think it's going to be fine. Let's see. Oh, it might, for the love of Pete, I do need to come over. I'll need to come over, and we'll just, let me see. Right here, and just going to trim off this edge because I need it to be a little smaller. We can use some lace if we want to, different ribbons to bring out a little more of the look we're trying to get. Let's see, we can do this. All right, there we go. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that on there. Like that. Make sure our edges are nice. Then we'll be able to tuck something very sweet in here. Okay, and I do want to, we're just going to take, oh man. They are like being super, super loud. This is totally not really their character. I mean, I'm not saying they don't ever make noise, and that would be silly. But what I'm trying to find is, I think I could possibly just take a piece of this because I just want to make another, maybe a little collage here, and we just need something that isn't too busy. And we could even use this side of it if we want to. Either side would do, but I think we'll probably use this side. This is how I do most of my stuff. I don't always measure. I mean, if it ends up being too long, then I just take my pencil and mark it and cut it. Hopefully, cut it evenly. And now, I think I just like that just to be sitting right there. I don't think I want it to be a belly band. I just want it to break up what's happening with the two colors being the same on here and here. So this will break it up a little bit and not be too overwhelming. There's that. And I like this little coffee cup, and actually this would work with this because it has kind of a flow. So I'm going to put this little coffee cup there. Okay. Oop. We need to pull that down just a little bit. All right. There's that. I will figure this out, and I can't even tell honestly if it's still lifting or if I just think it is. I could have put two, and I didn't. I'll put that on top. I could have put, what is it that kind of a double back on there? Okay. And I think what I want to do, I'm just going to hold this down while I open it all the way up. Because I want it to seal while it's open. I think that was my problem the last time. And I'm going to put a little bit through here, and we're just going to push it down with my finger. Now you see how I solved some of my issues. Hopefully I will solve it. If not, again, I'll figure it out. Well, I always figure something out here. But anyway, so there's that. And I actually think that looks pretty cute. And we have a little pocket right off to the side here. And we can very easily, this is a little music tab. I could certainly stick that in. Oops, let me see if there it is. And that's fine. I don't mind it being not quite so bold out like that in the world. And then we need to put like a couple of tags, or a tag anyway. Let me see. I had them here. I had a lot of them out. Oh, I think I found them. I think I found the tags. So, what size is this? That's a big tag. That's big. Not the right color either for what we want. This is okay. That has a little bell. That'll work if I want. I can have it like that. And there are these other pieces of ephemera. I mean, it's possible to tuck one of them. It's more than possible to tuck one in. I can also take maybe just trim this off and make another tag out of this, because I do like that color. Is perfect color for it. So we could always make a tag if we were not happy with the tags that we have. And I do have this little green one, but look how different the green one is. Let's see. I could probably do, I'm not going to. I could do this maybe, where I just kind of do another arch on that, or we could just take something that, like another little piece of ephemera. Oh, I like this little tag. Do you like this tag? It's just, oh my goodness. I can hear my dogs. It's like a lot of noise going on for you guys. I'm so sorry. Really wasn't. Some days are just like that. It was probably better when I do it at night. You know what? Put that, just kind of stick it up to the top. Have it stick over. Maybe he needs to go down over here. Is he too busy to be there? I really like him though. I do. A little season's greetings, but that's a little bit much, isn't it? It's a little bit much. All right, I'm going to fold that over. And I don't think, you know, because this is going to fold over like this, or this is going to be like this. And then this is going to be your front page. And we could do like just the piece of ephemera on the front page like this. We have rounded our corners on most everything, so it would behoove us to round our corners on this if we were going to do something like this. And I'm not really sure whether I want to do it. I haven't decided, but let's look and see if we like it. And I don't mind that, really. I do need something for here. Sometimes, guys, and this is just, it may not happen to you, it may never happen to you, but for me, sometimes it's hard to get things to come together the way I want them to. I really enjoy kind of the battle, if you will, sometimes. But with that being said, I'm going to just put this down as a centerpiece, like so. And we will probably take, okay, my husband's telling me he's going to go for a walk. And then we're going to take this and put this on here, like so. And then I think I have, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure which, yeah, I have a few more of these little pieces, and we can put that in there, or down at the bottom. I think we'll save these. Oh, maybe we're going to put it, I like having something on that pocket. So let's do that. We have a couple more of these. I can kind of spread them throughout. And I may have to make a little bit of ephemera. I don't want to do that on this video because that would just take too much time. Because for me it would, because I'm just that, it takes me a minute. But I really like, I think that's cute. I would like, I think with this, I think I'd like a, maybe a small pocket. So I'm going to come here. What I do with this is I will mark where I want my pocket to start, right about here. And then I will come straight down to about where I want my pocket to end. And I cut it, and I hope that it comes out about the right size. But I put it in at an angle, because I want an angled pocket. And there we go. And we're just going to see if that worked. And that that'll be fine. I'll just, again, you just kind of trim the edge where you don't, where you need to. Now I'm going to put this on here this time and fill in if I need any glue somewhere else, because I cut this a little, I cut it a little bit. There we go. Oh, I need that to come down just a smidge, a little bit. Okay, put that over there. Come up around, trim it off. There we go. There we go. Now it's got just another little pocket there, and we can very easily, you know, grab another tag. Now this is, you know, see, it's the cutest little vintage tag. I don't know. I just think they're pretty darn adorable. But here's another one. Here's another one, because we could possibly put it in over there. I don't really, this color is throwing me on this one, so we probably won't do that one. But we definitely can add another one of our little Comfort and Joy ones. And if you have Christmas washi tape, that would be perfect for something like this. And I think I would just like to have, I really would just like to have a tag that's very simple to put in next to this one that isn't so simple. And I don't think, well, that actually doesn't look that bad to have a tag like that in there as well. Okay, so there's that, and then we need a little something on this side, and we could possibly put the bells in. Let's see if we put the bells in, they would have to, they're too tall, obviously. So we'd have to cut that down. I think I'll just trim some off of that. I'll trim next to, there's two lines. One is a bolder line, one's a thinner line. I think we're just going to go all the way down the bold line, all the way around. Trim this guy up. Give him a little narrower look and feel, and do some let's see if we can tuck that back in there. Yeah, that looks cute, right? And then we'll close this over this way. This comes like this. This goes like that. We need something pretty on the front, and if we want, like I said, we could put this guy in there, and that would be fine, I think. I think it would, and we could maybe add some little gifts down at the bottom off to the side, or maybe a poinsettia. But he's a little big on that poinsettia, so maybe we'll look if we can. Oh, how about this little pine cone? They're too big. He looks bigger than the bird. He looks bigger than the bird. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. I'm not going to make, I don't think I'm going to make this a pocket. I think, yeah, I am actually. I changed my mind just like that. All right. Let me see. Let's see if I need to twist it a bit. I think that looks good. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm looking for, my head's in the way again, I know. Okay, well, I was gonna try to find another little tag, but I don't really see it, so we will let's see if I can find a little piece that I can slide in the side for my pocket here. I had some pieces from last year, but I was doing some different things. Oh, that's kind of cute. All right, so this is like a little card. Says name, name, date of birth, place of birth, and all that. And then you I guess it's from getting Christmas gifts for people, you know, that are out of country. And you fill in all that information so that you can make sure that it goes to the right kiddo. All right, we're going to take that and we're going to take a little, I'm just going to grab a piece of whatever, and we're going to make a, little tab for this guy. I'm just going to come around. I have actually a small, where's my, there it is. Let's see if this will work better if I put this in like so. And then I won't have to try to do it. Then I won't have to try to trim it myself. Okay, then you fold this in half basically. And then you're going to glue it onto it like this. And if you want to, you could put a little grommet on it and hang a little charm off of it. That might be kind of cute. Because that's going to be like on our, we're going to be covering up our name part, but that's all right. They can stick it off this side over here. Let's see if it'll fit. Almost fits. We just need to trim it just a smidge. And you know how it goes. That's how it goes for me all the time. Almost fitting, just about. Like that. And I'm just gonna go, oh, I'm gonna just move it this way because I tried to do it the other way and it's not really gonna happen. Believe it or not, just tiny little pieces should be enough to get it to fit in. There we go. Now, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take some off the right here. We're gonna have to take some off the bottom. I love junk journaling because there's no pressure on anything. It doesn't come out quite the way you wanted it to. It's no problem. It's the whole point of it, isn't it? Isn't it the whole point? It's just to make it work to the best of your ability and have fun doing it. And I just rounded those edges real quick. And it still has the 25th on there. It looks just fine. And now we have it in. Now we have it in. All right. So let's see. Let's see what we might have missed. Oh, I know what I want to do. Don't you think it would be pretty if we put a little bit of lace over here since this has more of a vintage feel to it? I do. I'm going to go get a piece of lace. You hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to just grab what I have over here and we'll see if it's going to be what we want. Okay. All right, so I really think this will work. And it is a vintage piece, so it's not like, you know, let's see, do I want it that way? I think I want it that way for sure, the straight edge along the edge here. So let's take it and cut it. I'm going to cut this straight across here, and I'm going to go in with quite a bit of glue because I'm gluing material down. So, all right. All right, so there you go. Want to make sure we're straight. That's cute. That's cute to me. It's cute. And last but not least, I really am going to put on my punch. I'll put a punch in here, like that. And I need to grab this. And the other day, I was looking on Amazon for a couple of different things, and I found these little beads, and they came all together, and I thought, well, that would help me a lot because I don't have all these little pieces necessarily. And so I have actually, hold on, I gotta wipe this glue off here. It's kind of rolling down and sticking funny. There's that. Put that over there. And anyway, so look at, it had some pieces that actually kind of go with this. There's this one, and there's this one. And I think I like the one with the dark and the light with it. So hopefully I'll be able to just hook this in here without any trouble. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. It's maybe a little, well, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. So I can, there it goes. There it is. And we'll stick this in here, like so. There. There we go. Gives it a little bit of a, you can also, you know, use it and actually put some twine maybe around for a closure, but I did not do that for this guy. I think we should probably have a closure for it. And frankly, you could probably do something as simple as just a little bit of twine like this. I don't know, maybe. Let's see if we can quickly put this on. If it doesn't look right, we'll just take it off and we'll try another closure. But, oh, you know what I have? I have some, I know you know what it is. It is that ribbon that is just crinkle ribbon, and that would be good for this too. Now typically you wouldn't put your closure into the little card place here, right? But I just want to see if how this would work if we were to put like we could take this out and put it right here if we wanted to. Let me see. There's that. And I want this guy to come around a couple of times. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. My loop didn't get there in there. You have to have a loop. Loops on a. Remember those silly songs you used to sing as a kid? Catalina Magdalena loops on a wall. Done a hocus pocus locus was her name. Remember that? Maybe not. It was a silly song I learned when I was very young. She had 2 teeth in her mouth. One pointed north and the other pointed south. Catalina Magdalena loops on a wall. Okay, so there's that with just a tiny, and actually I kind of like that. I don't mind it at all. I feel like my, this is dangling a little bit wonky, but maybe I'm just asking for too much for what I've got going on here today. Let me see if I can find that. I'll find my pen. I usually find it after I'm done chatting with y'all. Anyway, let me show you what we ended up with. So we put this on here for the fun of it, just to see if we like that, and it will be fine. So we can, you know, take it off of our little pull-out piece and just put another little grommet right here, and then we can have a fold or a closure. All right, so you open it up. We don't have anything here. You certainly could do another something, another pocket, you know, or you could take something like this, only cut it down to size, and that would be fine. But anyway, I don't mind having this blank. Got a couple of tags here. We can embellish those a little bit more if you think they're too plain. You're opening it up and you have this very cute set. You could write a little note here if you wanted to. This says light of the world and comfort and joy. You open this piece up and you've got our little tags and tickets and our little pockets with ephemeras. So that's how you do this one. It's not hard, and certainly don't have to, you know, when you do yours, you won't have to cover this piece. It's just an extra, and I thought I'd show you that it could be done. So that's it. That is how we put together our pretty little card folio today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed having you. And I appreciate you watching and subscribing. It means the world to me. And I am just very, very thankful for every single one of you. And I hope you all have a very blessed day. And I will talk to you soon. God bless you all. We'll talk soon. Bye.